This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Like a Map Made of Skin. It was written by Detwiller, and it's part of the Impossible Landscapes. It's available from Arc Dream Publishing. Our handler is Nathan Decker, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Morgan Llewellyn as his character Nancy Barnes. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Morgan?
Thank you, Thom. My father first took me to see a play when I was 11 years old, and I have often wondered if he had intended to change my life in such a profound way. I became spellbound with the theater, but not in the same way as the others who were on the cusp of entering puberty, those who became ensnared with the perceived glamour of acting. What captured me were the words. Now, there are many people who will claim great insights at young ages that are obnoxiously painful in their equally egotistical and fictitious qualities, and I want to assure you that I am not one of them. I did not fully grasp what Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing was about. Most of the sex went well past me. Hell, the whole play with its early modern English escaped me. But it all sounded beautiful. I began my first feeble attempts to write plays, much to my father's delight, when I was 13. For my 15th birthday, I received Shakespeare's completed works, followed by Sophocles, O'Neill, Williams, Beckett, Kushner, Wilson, Hansbury. As I said, I have thought far too much about reading into my father's intentions, and often felt guilty for doing so. And now, whatever the fuck that word means, now. Now it seems that my suspicions were not purely the manifestations of my budding neuroticism, a quality I received directly from him. He was, after all, unnervingly desirous to, well, have a family member in the business of playwriting. Literature has such a potential to change people's lives, though I have long suspected that it seldom brings some new quality to a person, but merely unlocks something that they have long harbored inside. Now, such unabashed, dare I say, childish essentialism would be mocked by many of my peers, but I stand by it. I am not so afraid of this king in yellow as these macho conservative post 9/11 Cold War paranoia assholes would have me be, with their perennial fear of the arts and censorious impulses. But this book unlocks something in my father. Well, unmoored would be a better term. Whatever held Liam Barnes together was shattered by this play. And yet it is this very shattering that led to me discovering my greatest love and passion. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. As though life could be any one thing, hold any singular truth. What is reality but our collectively held delusions? There we go. Now my peers can approve of me, now that I have let essentialism go. Oh, they probably don't really think of me much anymore. At least, not in the same way, since I'm dead and all. Death tends to have that effect on people. Oh, but this has all been a wandering preamble and is exemplary of why I was stopped being asked to introduce my work before performances by local theaters. What I really want to talk about is a song before travel, and that is also not true. I want to tell the story of an altogether horrifically bizarre day, but that day cannot be understood without the context of that film, which apparently cannot be understood without the full context of The King in Yellow, and that, as you may have feared, cannot be understood without the context of my father's copy in our history. You see, my dad always left or leaves little marks in his books while he's reading. These meanings are a mystery to everyone but himself. Over the years, however, I came to decipher a few of them. The only one that I will mention here is, to the untrained eye, an insane squiggle. That insane squiggle is not truly such, but is rather my dad's embarrassingly poor penmanship's version of the letters N-A-N-C, Nance. I came to recognize these squiggles as Nance from years of cards, which is also how I discovered that Santa did not really exist. What is important here is that he would write my name next to passages that either A, he wanted to show or discuss with me, or B, reminded him of me in some way, which he would always selfishly keep to himself, even if confronted by it. In this copy of The King in Yellow, which I have found in this abandoned Kansas farmhouse, Nance is written to a passage in Act 1, Scene 2. And it reads, Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung as tears unshed, shall dry and die in lost Carcosa. I know these lines, but not from this play, but from A Song Before Travel. It is a song sung by Queen Casilda before her and her kingdom are whisked away by a masked stranger. It is the end of the titular Song Before Travel. This page is streaked with water stains, little drops of discoloration, and this leads me to believe that this particular squiggle was made after I was killed on my walk home in 2007. And so comes the bizarre and terrible day when I was walking home after a late night on campus, trying to catch up from my trip to Chicago where I saw this film, among other things, and met a man who claimed to be a lawyer who told me he was saving my life because his employer needed me to help my father. A woman dressed like me went down the street to meet my fated shotgun blast while I went through a door and was led not into a bar, but into an old French manor where its suicidal tenant, Augustus Castaigne, aka Solomon of Ars Goetia fame, told me that his son had been making clockwork people, gave me a copy of a book titled A World Without Doors, written by Emmeline E. Fitzroy and published in 1936 by Torbit Books, before a man in a red cloak, who apparently is called Agent Exeter, led me through another door, on the other side of which was the Kansas farmhouse, the year 2015, and four secretive, unstable, and highly dangerous people, another unconscious, who is also likely secretive, unstable, and dangerous, and a mechanical thing impersonating my dad. And now I will summarize everything that I know in a medium that I know best. A bizarre, disturbing day, a play written by Nancy Barnes. Cast: Nancy E. Barnes, an MFA student at Brown University, who was intercepted on the day of her death and flung forward in time to save her father, Liam Barnes, who was in serious trouble due to a secretive second life as Agent Dante. Agent Gray, a cold woman who is as unemotional and calculating as the computer she concerns herself with. She is a member of the shadow organization Delta Green and an associate of the mysterious Mr. Wilde. Agent Voltus, a fellow of odd mannerisms who suffers from a lack of subtlety in speech. He is also a member of Delta Green and associate of Mr. Wilde. He is close to and concerned for his friend Michael Whitwer. Agent Dent, a man who, like all good Americans, is filled with an overinflated sense of self-importance, stemming from a machismo savior complex. Again, a conservative post-9/11, paranoid Cold War holdover who was a fugitive from the law, a member of Delta Green, and an unwilling associate of Mr. Wilde. He is also covered head to toe in severe acid burns that are still fresh and weeping. Agent Donnelly, C entry for Dent, minus the burns. He also harbors a deep, lingering resentment of Agent Dante. Michael Whitwer, an unconscious fugitive from the law, supposedly rescued from a nightmare world known as the Dorchester House by Agents Dent, Donnelly, Dante, and others who did not make it out alive. He is Mr. Wilde's choice for ascending to the throne, whatever the fuck that means. The automaton, a simulacrum of Agent Dante. Agent Exeter, a man in a red cloak who does the bidding of Mr. Wilde. Mr. Wilde, a self-titled repairer of reputations. He is diminutive with a loud, stereotypically New York attitude. He has wax ears and is covered in horrific cat scratches. A well-connected and imposing character who manages his associates through fear and manipulation. Agent Dante, better known as Liam Barnes, a haunted, broken man, lost to himself, the world, and those who cared about him the most. Act 1, C1, the curtains open on an old barn stuffed with outre items that have a distinctly haunted or otherwise occult, foreboding feel that is sitting next to a farmhouse. These structures belong to a man named Agent Ice, who is posing as the one Agent Dust, acting as both a safe house and repository. They still serve these functions despite the builder's death in the Dorchester house. In the basement, there sits racks of servers filled with photocopies of the play The King in Yellow, and somewhere a radio is spewing out a news report. The U.S. Marshals continue their nationwide search for the escaped murderers.
Excellent. Well, that is perfect. It's about noon. The smell of bean stew, I believe, is wafting throughout the house. And yes, you have just heard that there is a manhunt on for Arthur Ellsworth, Simon Carson, and Michael Whitwer. Some of you may not know two of those names, but that third one seems awful important.
Donley, is that food ready?
It should be soon.
Finally, some good fucking food. I'm gonna go and siphon gas from the rental cars and put that into our car because I know that rental cars are usually tracked via GPS.
And I'll say this is something that you as an agent would know. You have cell phones,
Right.
and in theory, they're birders, and that's fine unless someone knows to look for your birders.
We trust C-Cell at this point. I think we should give him a call, maybe from a payphone.
I will say the house has like a landline too.
We're
But,
not using the
Yeah, that
landline.
would be no. Finding a payphone out here would be
Payphone
difficult.
is fine. I know there's a payphone at some gas stations.
So those still exist?
Yes, they do.
Thank God. At least
There's a
something
list of
makes
them
sense.
online.
Of course there is.
So
Gonna
actually,
go
I'm
out
not
looking
sure
like
if we,
that.
yeah, I'm not so sure we should use our car because that's probably identified. But since we slashed the tires, we can probably swap out the tires using some tools in the garage or the barn. Put the tires from the Lincoln over to the rental car. We'll just have to ditch the rental car ASAP
Why don't you just switch out the license plates?
because your tires are slashed.
Who slashed them?
No, I think he means taking
Change
one of
it
the
from the
rental
rental.
cars,
Yeah.
Oh,
plates, and putting on your car.
yeah, that's a good idea.
As I said, who slashed them?
They
Couldn't be
did.
me. I don't know.
You ran
Right.
over something out here in the country. I don't know.
Right, right,
we're-
right.
Probably a possum or
Is
something.
there any more Jack Daniels in that liquor cabinet?
Yep.
Then
Great.
while we're doing that, who's going to be driving?
Not me. Not me.
That'd be irresponsible, young lady.
Terribly irresponsible. Time travel and driving.
And also,
I can drive.
all right.
How is Whitwer, Michael?
He is still unconscious on the couch. We'll say you put like a pillow under his
You
head.
got a
and-
towel on.
Yeah, we don't all have to go, do we, for this phone call?
You
Well-
scared?
If they're working with Wild, might as well have them around, huh?
Well, if he's not coming, I mean, is he coming? He's coming too now?
I believe
or-
Whitwer has to come.
Yeah,
There's
Whitwer is
only-
currently unconscious.
There's
Yeah,
Seems
five
like
seats
he's catching up on some
comfortably
Z's.
in the Lincoln, unless we put him in the trunk. Once he starts screaming, that's gonna be bad.
Well, are we all going, or what are we talking about? Just going to the phone?
Right.
No, I'll stay here with Michael, and you all go, or one of you goes.
Who
or you
exactly is it that we're calling?
We're calling another member of all right, or our organization, Agent Cecil.
Agent Dent, I have to say you don't look pretty good. People will scream if they see you.
Well, also consider that if there is a nationwide search. Delta Green, I don't think that they're going to have been so much in the background of that. Why would they have allowed that amount of information out into the public?
Sorry
Well, we
to.
need to figure out what's going on. So the best way to do that is to ask someone that we potentially trust in our organization.
How long have you been working for Delta Green, Agent Voltus?
Oh, a number of years. I've been in VCell.
How many number of years is that?
I don't know how many number of years, Nathan.
Yeah.
10?
10, sure.
10.
So you've been working for 10 years and you think at this point they'll slip up? Have they slipped up before? Since you're very experienced, you should know.
I've just never suddenly been on the lam before, or with a bunch of...
I don't know how to tell you this, but this organization that you're saying doesn't slip up, I think, not that I know anything, but it seems like it's capable of slipping up based on the present situation.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know what the mandates are, that if we get found out, we have to keep our mouth shut and take our punishment, whatever it is, prison or...
Yeah, I'm not just going to
whatever.
lay down and die.
Well, no, that's... I think that we're on our own. We're like in the olden days with the cowboys. You know.
Well,
But my role in this has almost always been pure research. I mean, I can fight, but I've been sequestered in a library here or there.
Why don't Dent and Gray go make the phone call? We'll stay here.
So
Dent's pretty
We'll
beaten
start
up,
pulling some
though.
information together and see where we're gonna go from
Dent
this
looks like he needs to be in a
screwed up
hospital.
area.
Yeah, well, you don't always get what you want, and I'll tough it out.
okay, so if Agent Gray and Agent Den go to make a phone call, I could go with them to buy pharmaceutical supplies
And food
somewhere.
and other supplies, yeah.
They're not looking for me.
uh,
Nobody's looking for
well,
me.
do you want to buy pharmaceutical supplies from a gas station? Do you know what they sell in those
No,
things?
it's not
There
a
might be
gas
a general
station. There's got to
store
be
there.
There's a
something out
store.
here, right? It
Probably
can't
be
just be
gas
just
in a general
corn.
store.
Some of
There's some-
the stronger stuff you might need an ID for, which I'm
Oh,
not sure you
fuck.
have.
Well-
I mean, I do.
Maybe she
It's
does,
From
though.
it's from 2008
Definitely
in Rhode Island.
expired.
It's expired.
The thing is that, Nancy, according to law, you are dead.
Okay,
but
but according
nobody's
to law,
gonna
you're all
check
wanted
any of that.
murderers. So
Right.
That this is the thing.
But yeah, I think Nancy
To be honest-
going-
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Gray.
Oh,
People have
I'm
ex-
thinking. Oh, good.
people have expired documentation. It's not unheard of. I mean, it's like
The
the
picture
time
ID,
maybe, but
Nobody ever checks any
they're
of
just
that.
gonna
Yeah.
glance at it. Yeah.
But Nancy, none of us have known you for very long, and you are not really part of the organization, but we should warn
okay.
you.
So do you care more about this organization that's leaving you all for dead, or this other fellow who assembled us? You said.
Yeah,
Right. I wasn't
with
brought here
Nancy
by this
Just-
organization of yours. I was brought here by whoever what did you call him? Agent Mr. Wild or
Mr.
whatever.
Wa- yes, just let me finish. Don't run. The worst thing you could possibly do at this point.
Where's a dead woman supposed to go around here? Do you know any graveyards?
Well, I don't want you going into town and thinking that you can just run away and hide. You probably will get away with it, but it's not going to change anything, and we're the only people that sort of know what might be going on.
Yeah, I don't think Nancy's gonna run.
All right,
Because-
it's just
I
a warning.
don't
We have-
need your threats.
I'm not threatening, I'm just
Voltus?
warning.
All right,
I'm in
all
this
right.
like you are because I was not involved with these people either.
So Agent Voltus and Agent Donnelly are going to sit here and wait for Gatto, and the other of us are going to go shopping and make a phone call.
Yeah.
I'm
With some-
thinking. Wait, I thought it was Agent Donnelly and I.
No, I think
I've-
Dent is probably our senior here on this to make the phone call. And I'd say
But-
grab some burner phones and some supplies. I'm
Yeah.
probably
sure we're
not
going to be
going to-
making a long road trip. So
I
You're
think we
probably not
should
going to find a Radio Shack.
just smash our phones right now. I
yeah,
want to see if I can either get a police scanner or some kind of radio that I can fidget with to get onto the encrypted channel so we can actually listen in for any
A
law enforcement.
Are you
citizen band radio.
So just so I'm clear, you are smashing your cell phones at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
Do I need to smash my
That's my next
BlackBerry?
question. Based on Voltus's responses, everybody? I know Gray, you've got an older one, but is everybody smashing theirs?
I'm smashing mine.
I don't
Yeah,
think my
that's for
BlackBerry
sure.
has service anymore.
Probably not.
Can't we just turn it off?
we can take out the card. The
Yeah,
So
take
I'm
the
gonna-
SIM card, smash
SIM
it, like
card.
throw it in the deep fryer. I don't.
maybe
Whatever.
we can
Oh.
steal, or if you can pick up another cell phone somewhere, we'll swap SIM cards out or something. So
I mean, Agent Gray has more than one smartphone, but they're
There
very
you go.
specific.
Yeah.
But the thing is that she is smart enough to know that they're not going to be tracked, given her expertise. So
good.
she has
Okay.
three.
Yeah, go get us
Um,
some
Mhm.
supplies. Maybe even grab a license plate off of some car while you're in town.
But,
yeah,
Alright,
I just
I'm
want to
gonna
know.
leave
If we're
the-
putting a shopping list together, what do you all want to eat in our
if there are any semis that are going through this town, you could toss our phones into the back of the semi. They'll be taken across country. Nobody will know where we are.
I'd rather not have that information store, the information store on the phone, be
Right.
discovered. So
I'll take out the SIM card.
I'm gonna leave the pump action shotgun inside the house. We're not taking it shopping with us.
But why? This is Kansas.
I was gonna say. Well,
Maybe
it's
I'll-
strange. You don't appear to be armed, buddy.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Dan, do you need some help? Just I don't know how, but I can try to at least make Agent Dead and Agent Donnelly to look different. Some disguises might be in order.
I have a feeling, again, not that I know any of you, but
Mhm.
again, I have the feeling that Agent Dent already probably looks a little different than he did.
Yeah, I look like the goddamn invisible man.
We're a
I'd say
long way
that's
from-
fair. But yeah, again, you do have experience with this kind of idea. Like, it's probably not a bad idea what Agent Gray is offering for Whitwer and Donnelly. Like,
Yeah.
that might not be bad. Might buy you some time.
I can put together some disguises. Do I need a roll for that, or can I find stuff in Agent Ice's / Dust's?
I think
Wardrobe?
based on what we know about this being a safe house, there's probably the kind of equipment you need. I forget, is disguise a special skill all
Yes,
of its
it,
own?
it is a skill.
Yeah.
It is a
Uh,
regular skill.
Yeah. Do you have any points in it?
I have 50.
You can
Wow.
easily make good disguises for anybody that you want with that.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna put up almost like a, I don't know, a dress up montage for everybody who needs it. So she's like, come on, tip your hat, make sure the shadow goes over your eyes so they don't see you. Maybe to deepen, like make your cheekbones look more pronounced, at least a
And
little bit
now
different.
Donnelly will be prom queen.
Yes.
You think
Ooh.
that Agent Dust had makeup?
I think Agent
Disguise
Gray
kids.
would
Disguise kids.
Agent Gray would have makeup.
He
And
has a
disguise kits.
hump and fake teeth.
Sadly,
Yeah.
there doesn't appear to be a spirit Halloween nearby that you could raid. But
Yeah.
Unlucky.
yeah.
Just make
Just-
yourself look like a farmer.
And
Oh, wait.
with a 50 in disguise, you can probably like MacGyver stuff together too, right? Is you might find a bit of coal and go, I don't know, I don't know. I'm not a disguise
Well,
expert.
if you run
myself,
into
but-
town, you can buy some hair dye,
Mhm.
new glasses, things like that, some clothes,
Dude, it's
and
it's
Yeah.
August. There probably is a spirit Halloween store that's opened up in town.
Probably right.
Yeah.
but yeah,
But-
I mean,
Okay.
hair dye and some hoodies and our basics.
Cool.
New
Throw it on the
glasses,
shopping
things like
list.
that.
So what I heard is Dint, Nancy, and Gray are going, and Voltus and Donnelly, you're staying put.
Yeah.
So let's go with the three. You get the Lincoln set up. It's pretty easy. You sounds like you swapped out the license plates too. Uh, so you have a car that you think is at least disguised-ish. It's still a big Lincoln, but what are you gonna do? I'm assuming it's like a all black, not tinted windows. Is that fair, Dent?
Yeah, they're not tinted.
Um, and yeah, you can drive, and you kind of have to take a guess once you get out of this. Like you're kind of on a side road. You hit a nice paved highway, and you look one way, look the other, and this is a safe house, so you have no clues on which way to go, but you just kind of pick a direction and head out. And in about 15, 20 minutes, you do find a small town, uh, Littleville, I don't know, population, not very many, probably about 200 people. And there is a gas station there. It's got two pumps and a small convenience store next to it. It's just kind of in amongst the houses. There's some grain silos around, but that's the town. There's really not much to it.
Okay, so what is the story that we're going to tell everybody? Because they're going to see
what
us
story?
together.
We're just here.
Who's gonna ask us about a story?
I'm just saying when they ask, like, because you know how these people are, they tend to ask small talk, small town people. That means they know everybody. That is that once we get in there, they will know that we are outsiders. They'll be doing some small talk. So what is the story that we're going to give them?
Just dropping
Ooh.
by.
I can't believe I'm saying this to somebody else, but I think you're overthinking this.
This has to be necessary.
We're just passing through. What the
If
fuck are you
they
thinking?
ask about my condition, just say we're on our way to a bigger hospital outside of this small town. We're just stopping by for gas and snacks. That's it.
The skin condition, like I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like eczema.
A
Acid
rare skin
reflux.
condition.
Sometimes I still think I can
Right.
hear Agent Voltus in my head.
And actually, Agent didn't roll luck since you're the one who asked for it initially.
All right, here we go. Watch out. That is a 22.
There is a payphone on
Damn
the side
straight.
of the building, and it is out of view of any like security cameras or anything.
Yep. Good thing they still got payphones back when America was a great country. I'm walking over to the payphone.
All right. You know what? You got a 22. There's a quarter in the
straight.
return tray.
Oh, my lucky day. Pop that bad boy in. Ka-chunk.
All right.
And I will
you're
dial Agent Cecil's number.
okay. There are, as per usual, a couple rings, and then the pickup. Yes, this is Cecil.
Okay. I want you to stay calm. This is Dent, and I have no idea what has happened within the last 24 to 72 hours. I understand the situation on the news. That is beyond my doing.
Yes. Yes, I think we've all seen that particular news article. Where are you right now?
You know that's a dumb question to ask.
Yeah. Fair enough. But you're away from people at least, right?
That's correct.
Okay, good.
And I want
Good.
you to know that there might be imposters that are acting like us, so please give us the benefit of a doubt.
Of, of course, absolutely. Can we convince you to come in and give us a debrief?
Can I see if there's obviously an ulterior motive with my human, I'm guessing of 60.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my spidey sense is tingling.
It definitely, I would say, with a human of 60, you've never heard Cecil be this patient, and you know there is an inherent danger when you do a debrief, right? It's a
Okay.
yeah, yeah, if you could just I'd like to get you guys here somewhere where we can, you know, get your side of the story and protect you.
I need you to level with me. You're gonna have to give me information before I can trust you.
Sure, if I can.
What is happening? Why are we wanted?
Uh, well, you or someone that looks like you attacked a number of staff and inmates at the Dorchester House in Boston, and 7 people are dead.
And it was messy and it was not professional.
I don't know that I'd call it unprofessional, but it was thorough.
Jesus Christ.
It's and that you're saying that was a doppelganger? What is
Yes,
this?
we have encountered doppelgangers.
Of course. Of course. Have you reached out to your family at all about this?
I have not been in contact with my family. How are they?
Okay. Good, good. Yeah, they're fine. We'll you guys just stay where you are. Don't. We will take care of that side of things. I'm sorry. Well, stay where you're. Stay out of sight. And again, I can we set up a meeting at least, right?
Not until the mission's done.
There is no mission. What are you talking about?
There's still something going on, Cecil.
Okay, okay. Um,
We're gonna get to the bottom of it. We're gonna be discreet about it, but until then, no debrief.
I, you're I really would like to help you right now. And
What can you
you've got a
offer?
high human like he's like there's a little bit of that like sweat you can almost hear through the phone of
Does
him.
he
And
genuinely want to help us? I don't think so. He wants to cover his own ass. My
well,
paranoia is acting up.
it's tough to tell. Yeah, it's tough to tell. Look,
Okay.
could we at least look, why don't we
Give me a
set
safe
up
olive branch.
okay, what do you need?
Uh, bag of supplies.
Okay.
Location, give me the location of 5 green boxes within the state of Kansas, and I'm gonna say the next state over.
Uh you know we can't do that. We can do a supply drop someplace, but we
If you
cannot
give us 5, then I am sure that you won't be able to booby trap all of them. Give me an olive branch, Cecil.
roll a bureaucracy or persuade.
I will, actually.
And it's going to be at a -20 because you are asking for potentially very dangerous things.
Yep. All right, bureaucracy is 61, so now it's gonna be 41. We're gonna roll this for 98. Nope.
I look, I wish I could say, but you understand as well as we do, we cannot give you that information. We can set up some dead drops around and drop you basic supplies, but that is about it.
Okay.
Okay. How do we reach you?
I will give them a set of GPS coordinates. Busy, like probably the second nearest truck stop.
Okay.
Leave it behind the dumpster, and don't expect that to be picked up right away.
Okay. Uh, very good.
Or at all.
Keep us, yeah. Keep us appraised, please.
Yeah, I'll reach out when I reach out. I hang up.
Very good. Inside, Nancy, Agent Gray, there is a woman behind the desk. She's reading a magazine and chewing on gum, but beyond just kind of looking at you, And you get that like, huh, they're new. I don't care kind of look. She goes back to her uh newspaper. There is a television on though that is currently kind of like playing news.
What type of news? Anything that sticks out?
Um, it does look like it's just kind of a generic news channel, not naming any names, but you do
Hmm.
see that there's a little bit like upcoming uh, Boston psychiatric chief discusses the missing
Hmm. Does the news say any names of these missing patients or no?
If you stick around and wait for it, absolutely.
Oh yeah, she will. And also she'll meander, maybe just browse to see, like behind the counter to see what type of cigarettes that they have.
Oh yeah,
Um,
cigarettes, lottery tickets. They actually have a little space off to the side where they can make you a pizza if you want it. Like
nice,
maybe
nice.
that's this town's fast food.
Yeah, she's just looking at, various snacks and whatnot. Basically, what's good for fuel, like just snacks for the road, like enough to sustain themselves to
Yeah,
survive. Yeah.
there is plenty of that. Nancy, is there anything in specific you're looking for as you're going through here?
Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know much about treating acid wounds that
Yeah,
cover somebody's
yeah.
entire body. So I'm kind of looking at basically whatever passes for their medical supplies, like if they have gauze,
Yeah,
like
yeah. They have the
Neosporin,
basic stuff.
painkillers, just basic shit. I'm just getting all of that.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily get kind of the basic stuff. Kind of like we talked about. It's probably like trucker supplies, so maybe a little
Yeah.
bit like good strong stuff that'd keep you awake on the road too, that kind of thing. Um, and yeah, easy enough to get. And we'll say, Dent, you can come in as the news goes, and it's kind of that quiet in the that quiet level of background noise you almost have to kind of focus on, and you see it is a little podium in front of the Dorchester house. It's got all the stories, and you can see Dr. Dallin there, dressed fancily. He looks tired and depressed. There are a number of other staff members there. You see and recognize Nurse Samagina in particular is standing behind him and uh, kind of comes up and taps the thing. Is this is this on? Okay, let's initiate. Hello, everyone. I'm saddened to announce we have done our review of this violent breach of security at the Dorchester House. For those who don't know, we're active in the mental health community, and some of our dangerous patients have escaped. Arthur Ellsworth, Simon Carson, and Michael Whitwer are, I'm afraid, all delusional, paranoid schizophrenics. They attacked a number of our staff and patients, resulting in the death of 7 inmates that are there. And you can see there's a little scroll bar at the bottom that's showing some pictures of the 7 that you killed. And it does end with Asa Darabandi's face uh, there at the end. Sorry. We appreciate that the police community hasn't been static in addressing this threat, as these patients are suffering. Again, sorry, these patients should be considered armed and dangerous. We don't know how far they got. They hijacked Nurse Samagina's vehicle. You can see it in pictures here. And you see there is very clearly Agent Dent's car. And we're just urging members of the community to be vigilant and follow safety protocol. I'm sorry, I'm not really taking questions at this time, but and you can see they're rabble rousing, and the person behind the desk is just she's half watching because you're watching, but doesn't really seem to care.
I mean, at this point, like if Agent Gray, she's willing to pay. Like she has quite a decent amount of accounting. So, but what you see is that she kind of has like a zipper for a jacket. She goes in, take up maybe a couple bills, simple bills, nothing like large bills. She makes sure they're in ones, fives, and tens. So just to pay for whatever supplies that Nancy got and whatever she got and whatever Agent Dent wants to get. So she's not talking, she's just trying to make the transaction.
She does use the little thing on the 20s to validate that they're real.
Yeah.
Smokes, tickets.
Yeah, smokes. How about 4 packs?
Shit. All right. You need some for the road?
That is for the road.
Damn. And she seems to be looking at the car. Then she's rigging you up. Any gas on the pump?
No.
All right. Have a nice day, you three.
She nods, make sure, like, Agent Gray, make sure that she's the one to make sure that everything is like there. It, that's just how she is. So when she gets all the supplies, I don't know how many bags they get. She gets them, maybe hands one of each to either Nancy and Agent Dent. She'll try to be the last one to go out, actually.
And you just see her watching you as you go. You get back in the car and head out. And let's cut back to Voltus and Donley on the farm. What have you two been up to?
I've been going through the barn.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So
we're
as
looking
soon as I
through
make sure
for
that
any supplies.
As soon as I make sure that Michael is resting comfortably, I will go out to the barn with Donley. I want to see what's out there. If
All
there's
right.
anything. Does it become obvious, Agent Donley, that your Agent Dust was collecting stuff from missions?
Yeah, I have no clue what
shipping it out here. So there may be some very dangerous stuff out here. We need to be careful, but there might be something useful as well.
Exactly.
Go ahead and do searches as you're starting to look around these shelves of just you've been in green boxes before. This is a pretty large one by comparison, and it's really tough to tell what any of it means, right? Like you can see a radio and is that a radio? Is it a world-ending device if we turn it on? It's difficult to say.
I'm sorry, what are we running?
Roll a search,
Search, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 29 out of 60.
Nice. All right. Then we'll start with Agent Donnelly. You get kind of towards the back of one of these rows, and you see that there is a tarp covering a figure there. And it seems to be glowing slightly from under the tarp, this kind of little like opalescent sort of feel to it. You can just see it reflecting on the ground.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull it the tarp and take a look.
You pull it forward and you see there is Well, it's kind of marble. It's this white marble that's giving off a little faint light from maybe the core of it, and it's just a uh well it kind of looks like a an agent almost would, right? Like a just kind of suit, tie, and he has this surprised look on his face, but he is just this frozen marble statue.
What the hell happened to you? um,
And with that search, there is a kind of like a tome nearby.
Can I grab the tome?
Yeah, we'll say between the two of you, you can see it, and it looks like there is a yeah, it's a recipe book of some kind.
Recipe book. Does it look
Yeah,
old or
it does look
modern?
old, and you're just kind of looking through it. It seems like it's in a very strange language. I think Donley, you're aware of Tartesian
of
at some
course.
level. Does that ring a bell? Yeah, it's a
Oh,
familiar-ish language to you, perhaps,
I don't
and
know the
not
language.
yeah. You're trying to
um,
remember because it's been so long, but you think you've seen kind of the way the vowels work and everything, but you have no idea how to actually
okay.
translate it, right?
Odd book.
Yeah.
Do you think it's full of magic and spells, or do you think that it's something more mundane? It doesn't make my eyes hurt or my head hurt.
Yeah. Well, good thing I guess we can't read it. And this guy, I don't even want to know what happened to
Yeah,
this.
he shiver like the light's kind of shimmering slowly. It's moving within whatever this marble is.
The
Oh,
the
the
light or
man.
the
The
man?
light, the light. The man is not moving at all. He is
Right.
static, kind of frozen that like pose, but the light itself kind of shimmers like sometimes how you see when you're underwater, just the light shining down from above. Uh that's kind of what it's like.
That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Like he's under some sort of. I mean, when you look closely, are the details of the marble so fine that it's
Yeah,
really obviously a human
they
being?
are
Yeah.
That's
incredibly fine details.
this is like somebody who saw Medusa
Yeah.
and has
Somebody's
turned to
gotten.
stone. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. You might
Help me put
switch
the tarp.
places.
Yeah, help me put the tarp back
Yeah,
on in
let me
this.
put that over.
Um,
Oh,
But the book's interesting.
yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else of interest in
well,
here, I mean,
let's get to Voltus's
oh,
find
okay.
because yeah, maybe you continue on for a little bit and eventually you find that there is a crate down near the bottom that maybe you lift off the top,
Yeah.
and inside there's a kind of wrapped in straw. There is this large onyx looking table. It's maybe
Oh,
about that far off the ground. The legs are about that much. So it's about half leg, half tabletop. But it looks, well,
so
it's very well
only
oiled and shined, but it seems it's got kind of that look of when you get close to it, it's very detailed. Like there's little ridges and bumps all across the surface of it.
hmm, um so you're saying it's what, about 7 inches high?
Maybe a foot, maybe about a
Okay,
foot.
so
So
it's a foot.
6 and then 6, yeah.
So like a coffee table-ish
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
size. Okay. Oh, this is odd.
Yeah.
Uh it looks moist almost. I'll
Yeah.
uh I'll get near the edge. I'll touch it to see if it's like oily or something.
It is not actually wet at all as you touch it. It's
Just really
it's
smooth.
ridged. Yeah, it's very lightly, almost like a fingerprint kind of texture to it.
Oh, very strange.
Without a
Well,
manual, I don't know what to do with this stuff.
any other books or tomes that I would find interesting.
There's definitely a lot in there. It's difficult to tell what's very valuable.
Okay.
But I mean, you could collect them and start looking through them, I'd say, is that makes sense as your time as you're kind of scooping them.
No.
Yeah,
Read.
that's what I would do with books. I mean, carefully. I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
You know,
Open up the bag, chuck them in. Right.
I was looking more for some tools, any weapons, things that if we're going to go on a road trip,
Yeah, I'd say
Why?
with your success, you definitely already had the gun safe that you'd
Right.
found, so there's definitely that sort of thing. I do have to ask, Agent Donnelly, do you touch the table at all?
No, I mean,
it's wet.
all
It
Voltus touch
almost
it.
feels wet. Yeah.
He,
I touched the edge of it. Yeah.
yeah, I
It's
don't
also
think
got
I'm,
little ridges, almost like a fingerprint. Very
I don't
strange.
know if I'm inclined to touch it. No,
Do you touch it?
no, no.
Okay.
I want a crowbar. I want maybe a sledgehammer.
Oh yeah.
Things like
Yeah,
that.
you can easily find those throughout here. And you probably try and take the ones that don't have like wires taped to them and stuff that make you go, is this a rail gun? What is
Yeah, and drag Dante's body in and
Yeah.
put that to the side.
This
It's
machinery.
that is definitely unpleasant because it's like dragging a sock full of gears. Just it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, we'll bundle Ed up in the corner and just toss it.
And he was an agent of yours.
Yeah, he was an agent of ours.
Was he always clockwork or?
That would explain a lot of things, but I don't think he was.
That's very interesting.
Okay.
Well, I want to salvage a couple of these things. I don't want Agent Gray to just burn everything down. I'm still not sure that that's a great idea. We don't know what this stuff could do. For all you know, if you light a fire on that black table over there, it could summon up demons or.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're burning this place down right now. We don't want anyone called out here, even after we leave.
You know, did it occur to them that they might be able to trace a payphone to the town?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
probably.
that's
More
close
than
enough
likely.
to be a bit dangerous. All right.
Yeah, we're not going to be here long.
I'm going to grab a couple of these things, that cookbook as well.
Yeah.
And just take them in with me, and then I'll go back and see if Agent Whitwer needs anything.
I mean, he's honk shoeing pretty well at the moment, I'd say.
Right.
And that's probably about the time as you did your search, agents drove back. You can see the Lincoln pulls back into the farm.
Were we able to get a radio?
Great question.
Or
Roll
is
luck.
there, do you
Yeah.
think any are on the property itself?
That we'll do it as a luck check.
No, I failed.
You didn't see any, you could ask, but
Okay.
Wasn't there
That's
a
up to you.
radio here that we've heard the
Yeah,
initial
we're
news report
listening
on?
to a radio.
but not like a police radio, if that's what you're like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we
Just
can
a police
tinker
scanner,
with
yeah.
it to make it a police scanner.
Well, I'm surprised there wasn't anything here since it's
Yeah.
a safe house.
That is
Looking
true.
around.
Well, you can't have everything. Sometimes you just gotta
Right.
make one yourself.
We can rig
So if you don't
something.
mind, I'd like to start tinkering with the radio.
Okay.
I do have some computer science if that
Yeah,
would
go
work
ahead
for
and
me to roll.
roll that or like an electronic skill if you have something to that
All right.
degree.
That is a 46 out of 40, so no good.
No good. Yeah.
Busted
Can-
the damn thing up.
I don't know
Like, hey,
can Agent Gray give it a shot? If
Um,
it's too much, it's already been done.
do a roll and we'll add a +20 because Dent was close. So let's see if you succeed, I'll say that's a plus 20 to Dint's work.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Could we also note that we do have internet access?
You did, yeah.
So there must be, you can usually pull some of that stuff up on the internet as well as a radio.
That's true, but we're gonna keep the radio because we can actually move that
And
around.
because that 20 with Agent Dent's help, like she succeeds.
Well,
So
thanks
okay.
for the help,
Is there a way-
Agent Gray.
Yeah.
It's great.
I could have done without you. So let's see what this radio says.
I'll just laugh in your face.
hmm
Yeah, and you get like some local police chatter. Probably not in great condition. I doubt the network's that amazing out here. But yeah, you'd have a scanner that you could tune in.
Okay.
What is everybody else doing? That's gonna take a good chunk of the afternoon of just like soldering, doing whatever you need to do, all the electronic stuff that we all know how to do.
hmm
Well, if
How
you
about
would've
Nancy?
brought-
Or
Sorry.
Donley? Yeah, go for it.
Oh, you guys would have brought a pizza. We could have sat around and talked about what are we gonna do here.
I mean, I know that Gray would bring like essential like snacks, for like
Yeah.
trail mix or something. But I think she's not that cold-hearted. I think she'll bring like a pizza.
I'll give you a retroactive pizza. Absolutely.
Yeah, here.
It's
here's
not
some
good.
pizza.
But
It's not.
It's fine.
Gray's not
It's not
touching
good.
that.
It's retroactive.
Yeah.
Gray is not touching that though. She's
So-
okay with trail mix.
So what did C-Cell say?
Yeah, what did C-Cell say?
Yeah, he's totally freaking out about the fact that we allegedly slaughtered 7 people at the Dorchester house.
Oh yeah, it was all over the news.
And I did manage to get him to give a dead drop of supplies at this address, but I don't think we're gonna go for it at all.
So they know where we are.
They know where the phone call was made from, correct?
Well, I
And
wasn't on that list, was I, of fugitives from the law?
no, you were not.
No.
But I'm with you, and I was told to help you, so I have to help you.
Right.
Oh, we need to switch out the car because I saw the car featured on the news,
Uh-oh.
and I think we can accomplish that by just switching out the wheels onto the rental that with the slash tires, and we can try and remove the GPS from the rental.
Yeah. But I mean, the biggest question is where are we going?
Boston.
Yeah, we have to head back to Boston.
Yeah,
Oh.
because the geographical location went to this Boxer Hotel because that's where the information was being I was able to trace it back to that hotel.
Puts us back
Well, that's
there.
where the book came from,
Yeah.
right? But there was a book in that Clockwork Thing's pocket, or a note that mentioned a different hotel, not the Boxer Hotel. It said go to the notes. Find J.C. Lynn's at Hotel Broadlebin.
Where is that?
We
I don't know.
know.
You're the people with
Google it.
the
We have the
internet in your
internet.
pockets.
Let me go
But we
see
know
if I can.
Bottle bin.
How do you know Broadlebin?
Oh, if my notes was better. I've been looking. But yeah, we've heard this. This has come up before.
Well, we can look it up on the internet
Yeah.
if I can get past
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
green and yellow.
Yeah, it's just flashing the sign at you the whole time. You're get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, you can pretty easily do a Google search, and what you will find is that the Broad Albin area is in New York, and there is
Oh,
no such thing as Hotel Broad Albin.
so it must be there. Throttle
Or
bin,
is it I mean, I don't know what you secret government, whatever the fuck. Is it a code
huh.
or
An anagram, maybe?
an anagram or something?
Encountered.
Do you know this J.C. Lins?
Yeah, let's do a search on that.
Yeah, you can once again, thanks to the wonders of the internet, you look up JC Lens and you do actually get some results on that. It's not a exciting bit. He appears to have been an author. I can give you an exact year in a moment. Um, an author that wrote a number of like strange fiction kind of books. Um, Nothing that really made a lot of money. That said, there are some interesting little tidbits about some criminal connections that JC Lynn's had to a later kind of like after the fact, you'll find like some old like, oh, criminal gangs or whatever. You find that he worked with a Leonard Lenny Teitelbaum. I'm putting that in the chat. Who is a member of the Luciano crime family.
Hmm.
And a little bit before that, you see that JC and an individual by the name of Mark Labelis committed a number of bank robberies in the South. Jackson, Mississippi, Baton Rouge in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Memphis, Tennessee. Looks like Labelis was killed and Lynn's escaped, but like they didn't really connect it until after his disappearance because he disappeared sometime in 1934.
They robbed banks, 5 banks over 4 days in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yep.
I believe
That
we
would have
got that
been in
information from
1931.
the radio in the floor, right?
The radio on the floor did have a Labelis that was talking to you.
Yeah.
You mean that I know I don't think my character would know this. Do they still have that old radio with them this entire time?
No, we left it in the hotel.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you burned it, so we'll say it is still in the Boxer Hotel.
In his short fiction works,
Mhm.
is there anything about Hotel Rodabin?
Um, oh, what a question. You do see that there aren't like a lot of descriptions of the work. This would
Uh-huh.
have been 30s text. You could probably, if you find a big enough library, you could probably find a copy of it or a
So not in
bookseller.
Kansas.
Probably not in Kansas, and it's not big enough that it would just be online. You're gonna have to actually go and find a place for that or find someone that can get you the book.
Okay, we don't have time for that right now. We should probably lock in a place that was described in the letter. Hmm. Yeah, this is tough because if we just like sit around, we're gonna be found.
I say we go to the Boxer Hotel since
But back
that's
in
where the
Boston,
information. Yes.
What information do you want to get out of the Boxer Hotel?
The only thing is that that's where the information was being flowed from. That's
No,
why
look,
these
look,
servers
okay,
are filled
okay.
with all this.
From what they've been, what I've heard, what I've gathered, is that these are all these servers are full of photocopies of this book right
Mhm.
here. This book belonged to my father. who I'm told was at the Boxer Hotel with these two, which means that somebody at the Boxer Hotel who was with them photocopied my father's book and then shipped it here. It was in a package, it was in a box. So I would presume that whoever, I don't know what we're going to find at the Boxer Hotel.
Maybe your father?
Are there like, so this box was
Mhm.
shipped over
Like a
to the
UPS
safe
store,
house.
yeah. Yeah.
Is there a return address?
I don't think there would be.
Okay.
Maybe just the UPS store that it came from, but it's just a Boston location.
You're talking about the King in Yellow?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought we determined that.
Yeah, I don't think you would have
Oh.
put who it
Dante-
came from exactly.
Yeah.
Dante gave the book to Dust.
Okay. So we know
And
that
this is Dust's
Dust
place, so-
Dust
Yeah.
is the one that's been sending the stuff back. So
Yeah, if you haven't made that
Continuity
connection, you're
restored.
probably thinking, Agent Ice was probably Agent Dust, and there's probably some shenanigans going on. Yeah, we
Yeah.
seemed a little sketchy.
That World Without Doors, the book.
Mhm.
That's I have that. That was given to me by a Castaigne,
Yeah.
Castaigne.
Augustus Castaigne, called himself Solomon.
We do know of a Brotherhood of Doors, this religious order,
Well,
tracking
if
the
you
records of the Yellow King down. Is there anything in that? We haven't had a chance to read it,
yeah, I'll
to go through it.
I'll start
Just
going
to give
through
you
it.
a size of the book, yeah, it would take you a few hours. You probably think till about dinner time to do. It's not that big of a thing, but you can tell it's this hardcover from 1936 by an Emmeline F. Fitzroy.
Well, I will give this a read.
Okay.
The rest of you can figure out, I don't know, whatever the hell it is that we're gonna do.
yeah, I say we just prep a vehicle, get it ready to go as soon as possible. So we'll switch the wheels on the rental car, take out the GPS.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll let the electronics roll from earlier just ride. Like you guys
Oh,
are
okay.
kind of working in tandem to do this. You can probably figure out where those are to remove them.
And do I remember the Lincoln being my car or the car that?
You
Because on the
remember it's
news it
your
said it,
car.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Like I remember renting the car or owning the car,
do
but
you
the
want to
news
check
said
it?
it was Samagina's. Well, what's the glove box say? Because it has the license
Yeah,
and the
it
registration. Let's
does.
look at that.
Yeah, you pop that open and you see that it does appear to be registered to a Philip Samogina.
God damn it, our minds are
So
being fucked with.
roll sanity. if you would.
Against what type?
Uh, helplessness maybe?
All
Does
right,
that
adapted.
sound right? Okay. Excellent. How does Dent just take this as he's seeing this registration to Philip Samogina?
Throw it into the cornfield. Fuck!
You okay, Agent Dent?
No.
Oh, tell me something that is new.
There's nothing
Okay.
new. Not okay.
Well, here's something new. Here's a pack of cigarettes. I got one for each of you, and also hands one to Nancy Barnes as well.
I don't see.
Yep, as I said, both alcohol and cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, I'll light it up.
As I recall, you said Voltish you're going to drive.
Yes, I'll drive.
Okay. If we can get there fast enough, we can go there. We can get there less than a day. At least less than
Well,
24 hours if we
We're
speed.
going to
So
drive
let's not do that.
carefully because
Yeah.
we don't want to attract any attention.
No, of course.
Do we think it's worth picking up the stuff at the safe drop? That's may or may not be safe.
I think it's more trouble than what it's probably going to be worth.
I think we can actually use it as leverage. Because if I call back, there may be a spoofed number. We could probably see if they knew we picked it up or not.
They'll have people waiting. I'd be afraid that they might have a sniper
Just have
or the bags rigged to blow.
yeah, that's true.
Why would they kill us?
Do you want to pick up the bag?
I'm just asking, why would they kill us?
Why would the shadowy organization you all work for want you all dead? That's a weird question. Who knows?
No, it's a good question. They don't just kill agents, they need agents.
They need agents,
Yeah.
but they don't need agents wanted for homicides.
Yeah, and they don't just kill agents.
Yeah, they
throw
want
them into a
agents. They don't
fucking
want
mental
loose
asylum.
ends, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how these
Well, it
conspiracy
seems to me that
dealios
they
work?
would just let us get caught. So it might not even be DG there. It might be the authorities that they alert that we'd be found there. That's probably what they would do.
What would they have to gain from that? Besides the fact that one
Keeping
less loose
themselves a
end.
secret is what they would gain from it. DG doesn't want to expose themselves in any manner. Hunting us down would expose them. But I'm not really involved. I will do whatever you want. I'm just making suggestions.
Oh,
I will
you're
drive.
not really involved.
But
Well, good
no,
for
they're
you.
not looking for me.
No, they're not looking for me either, but I feel pretty involved, you know?
We can
Okay,
say
so
that they
Voltus, are you with
kidnapped
us,
us.
or are you gonna leave?
Are you gonna go run and hide when you go into town? Like you told me not to do?
Well, no, I was it's specifically instructed to
Okay,
assist
so you're
you.
involved.
Yes, but not from Delta Green's point of view.
Well, how's Whitwer?
I think Delta Green
has
would
he been?
consider you involved if
He
they
hasn't come back to consciousness.
For this,
He
I'm gonna throw
seems to be
water
able-
on Whitwer.
Well, I've
Get
been.
him up. Done.
You can try,
Been
just don't
sleeping
drown
on-
the man.
Sleeping long enough.
So it's we'll say it's about dinner time at this point. So you throw a glass of water on Whitwer, and it's a little bit of that scene from the producers. I'm asleep. Splash. I'm asleep and I'm wet. Because yeah, he doesn't wake up. There's just like maybe a few bubbles escaping, but he seems pretty out of it.
Then I'll hand Donnelly a towel and say, clean him up now.
What the hell is wrong with this guy? Anyone know?
He seems to be locked in REM sleep. I don't know.
Well,
You
that
guys-
means we can put him in the trunk.
Well, he's going. You don't want to asphyxiate the man.
We can stop by, take a break, lift up the truck a bit so we can get some air.
Carbon
Trucks-
monoxide comes
as
out of
normal
the back.
motorists do. Everybody road tripping across America always stops to give the man trapped in their trunk air. That'll
We'll
make
just
us
say that
real
one of you
good.
need to
Well,
take a break.
from my understanding, on the actually, never mind, that wouldn't work.
No,
But
he'll have
usually
to be in
they-
the back seat.
It's not like a vacuum in the trunk.
No, you if
Making fun of
you
the trunk.
are hell bent on putting Whitwer in the trunk,
No, I
You-
insist you can't.
he will he will not die. As funny as that would be.
No, but he'll end up brain dead from the carbon
Yeah.
monoxide.
Not sure about that.
The Lincoln's
we're
probably
moving.
it's fine. He
Also, we're not taking
He's
the
a
Lincoln.
member. He's a
Oh,
member
well,
of my
okay.
team. I can't
Yeah.
let you do that. Just prop
How
him
long
up in the
has-
back seat.
How long has it been since you had contact with your team, with your cell?
a few weeks. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, you ask a lot of non-askable questions in Delta Green.
How
I'm
long
not
have
at
you worked for
liberty
Delta
to
Green,
answer
Agent
your
Gray?
questions.
What do you think?
Yeah,
I don't know. How
What
long
do
have you
I
worked for
think?
Mr. Wild?
What do you think?
That's probably the more interesting question. What I think is irrelevant.
It doesn't matter
Let,
what I say. The fact is that we have to get out of here because we have been caught.
So it doesn't matter what you say, but it matters what Agent Voltus has to say about
let
his
us
tenure.
say that Michael Whitwer has been working with me for many years, and he is now in distress, and I need to assist him.
How are we
And
gonna go about that?
and I
Well,
will
hold on, this
tell you
book's getting
this, that
pretty good.
it has been a bit of time since I last heard from my team. I was set to do research, and then I didn't hear from them.
You know, the
We
girl's got a
patted him.
point. We're all bickering.
Yeah, well, while I'm drying him off, I'm patting him down and going through his
Hmm.
stuff. I don't think we've ever searched him yet.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think you have. Let me see what he might have on him. He almost certainly has information and pictures detailing Agent Exeter. So for those of you who are aware, and all of you at this point have at least seen him, there is a picture of him next to a woman. And they are dressed. It's the old-timey clown photo that you saw from 1836 in the files that is there. Um, it looks like there's some other like zip ties and a stun gun that he had kind of secret in one of his pockets. Uh, it looks like he was gearing up to abduct somebody.
That's someone.
He's probably gonna abduct Exeter because,
Yeah,
to
but
be
we're all
honest, just like us. And
yeah.
then look what happened.
Well, let's pull his
Now,
stun gun out a little.
Yeah.
So,
well,
Yeah, and
let
you
me.
can test it out. It clearly still works. Like it doesn't like this is
about ready to
We
shock
have
him, get him awake.
we have 6 of us to fit in your car.
Not the Lincoln,
So,
the rental.
oh, that's even smaller probably than the Lincoln.
it's gonna be a
It's
tight
not a
fit.
big SUV. All right.
Yeah.
God
But
damn
at this point you have 4 tires and 3 cars. So yeah, that does
That's
somewhat
true.
limit your options.
All right, I'll drive. Put Whitwer in the back seat up against one of the doors, or maybe in between 2 of you in the back.
Put him in the goddamn trunk.
We're not putting him in the trunk. Put you
I
in
do
the
want to
trunk.
ask, is
Pushing the other cars
Dent
up.
and Voltus are like arguing over where to put Whitwer. Nancy, you're reading.
I've been
Donnelly,
reading.
yeah, what are you up to? You've been kind of in and out. What are you up to?
I'm putting the other cars away,
Okay.
out of sight, put them back in the barn, I guess, close that up, lock it.
Okay.
Start cleaning the place, the safe house, as much as I possibly can, wiping things down.
Mm-hmm. I would like you to give an alertness roll as you are going through the barn.
85.
Okay. You are moving stuff around and you have that big barn entrance. You know, you've pulled that to the side, you've moved it. There's enough space for the cars, so you're happy about that. You're not happy about having to move the cars that the tires are slashed, but you'll get some help pushing those. It's achievable.
Right.
And you're not quite quick enough, but you look out and you see that the door to the back of the barn that you went out before has blown open in the wind, and you can see the cornfield back there. And there is someone standing about a foot back in the corn stalks. They're wearing a trench coat and a gas mask, and they are looking directly at you as you hear the door bang shut.
I if there's another agent near me, get
Oh, they're all inside.
they're all inside. Well,
Oh
then
yeah.
I'm pulling the Glock out and going around the corner.
Yep. And you're looking, the sun's kind of setting, so you're getting those long shadows, and you don't see anyone in the cornfield.
All right. Do a quick scan and then go tell Dent. I just saw a guy, gas mask, trench coat
Kind of
in the
like
cornfield.
our outfits when we were
Gas
somewhere in
masks.
between.
Yeah, actually, I should preface that, Donnelly, you're the adrenaline's wearing off. You remember those from the mall you were in. And yeah, Dent, that sounds real familiar too.
Oh boy. We need to get going.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think we know both places we probably want to go to, which is either New York or Boston. That's just eastbound, so might as well start there now.
Yeah, and then we'll go through our debate on what to do.
Was there
Very good.
so pump action shotgun, it's pretty big, so I'm gonna saw off the barrel.
Yeah, you'd have the stuff there to do some of those things if you want to. And I'm not going to limit you if you think of something in like a minute. You have a little bit of time here where if you said, "Oh, I should have done that with whatever,"
Okay.
it's fine.
So
Well,
sawed-off shotgun goes underneath the one of the seats of the car.
nice.
And take any medical supplies, take the homemade police scanner. That's gonna
Yep.
help us out. Uh,
Okay.
what
And I've
else?
I've now logistically realized that there's no way to fit us all in there.
So
So
all you need is to go in the trunk.
I've got a pillow, a couple of pillows, and
Blanket.
the blankets
Yeah.
from the bed, and I will. But I also want to make it so that the door is not slammed closed.
Yeah.
That there's a little rope so that air can get in there.
We'll say with the trunk, like a lot of those, there's actually an airflow to the back seat. Like
I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure they
Okay.
designed
You can
them like
shut the
that so you
trunk,
don't
yeah.
just kill people
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
ever
You
You
kidnapped.
don't usually.
yeah,
you're not
you will
supposed to
not
put
die
people-
in
Well, if
this
you're
trunk.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Or locked in by mistake.
Yep, they have interior pull things to open trunks. So whoever is going in the trunk will be able to get out.
Okay, so I'll allow you to put him in the back.
Thank you.
But if we can find an SUV and steal it,
Then let's go find an
Ah.
SUV.
Now you're cooking. Yeah, and Voltus, you're gonna have to probably pare down your book collection a little bit in order to fit it. Just from how much you're cramming 6 people into one car or 5 people.
Yeah.
No, 6 people. I can count.
I'll just leave the books and keep track of where the place is. So
And we
Maybe
were
I'll
able to
come back.
remove the GPS device from the
Yeah,
rental.
yeah.
All
You were able to do that.
nice.
You brought reading materials with you.
well, I thought I'd salvage them from the barn. There's a lot of stuff out there. It's a weird table. Donnelly wouldn't
Welcome
touch
to
it.
Scanner. Clean car.
All right.
And this is a good time as Dent kind of making the last checklist. Nancy, you're getting ready to fill in the car and you finish the book and you now have the full thing. I will drop the synopsis later, but the book itself is about a little girl named Abby and her journeys to a magical unnamed land that she travels to by drowning herself. In this world without doors, she battles a nameless foe called the Phantom to free people from the dance, a music which forces the people to live boring, repetitive lives. Sometimes she's caught and she escapes the world without doors by drowning herself, and that makes her appear back on Earth. And she does this kind of again and again and again, and in the end, she actually ends up defeating the Phantom. But she realizes that without the song, the city is collapsing into chaos. And she puts on the mask, becomes the Phantom, and begins the song again.
So does she give does Nancy share?
Oh, one thing before we get to that, there is also a stamp near the back of the book, the kind of like a bookseller might put into it. It is 3 stylized R's.
Does she show that or tell it to us?
I keep it all to my. No, I share it with you all.
I feel like this is some
Triple
kind of
R.
analogy of what happens if we put someone on the throne. Like if we just upset the author to become the new author, it's just all gonna be the same shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I know who
They're
Triple
very
R
Ouroboros.
is. Don't
Mhm.
you? That's Mr. Wilde. That's how he sounds all of his documents to me, how he signs them.
Well, all the books you get
All the
have that
books.
stamp in them. Yep.
So I
So
assume
this
that
book is
from him.
courtesy of Mr. Wilde.
Probably.
Okay,
The
so
question
New York or
is
Boston?
if
Boston.
Yes, Nancy? You're about to say something?
well, I was going to say if, as Agent Dent here was saying, if all putting somebody on this throne or whatever, all it's going to do is start the same cycle again. Why go through all the trouble of putting somebody different on a throne
I don't know. At this point, somebody's
if it's all the
chasing us. Shouldn't
same?
we get the hell out of here?
I
Yeah,
can say you're having this discussion in the car.
On the-
Like,
Okay.
on the
yeah,
road, right?
you guys
Okay,
are on the
cool.
road. Yeah.
So my intention is to try to do a little, since Donnelly said there was somebody in the field, I'm going to assume that DG is following
No,
us.
he
and I'm
only
going
told
to-
us. He only told me.
Oh, well, then I don't know that there's somebody might be following us.
Well, everybody roll alertness as you are getting on the road.
I got a 001,
All right.
Nice.
but I'm staring straight forward. So-
Well, and that explains why you probably see this before everyone else.
I got it.
You got it?
I got
Those,
3. I'm good.
yeah, those that are paying attention, you are getting out of town. I'm assuming you don't stop, you just go. Is that correct?
we won't stop for a few
Yeah,
hours.
we're not stopping.
That's probably smart because you do see a small caravan of vehicles. They look like kind of the SUV variety that agents would love. Zoom by, and a fair bit of nervous looks throughout. You, Voltus, you have enough alertness. You can see some furrowed brows and weaponry.
Heads down, folks.
Anything on
Yeah,
the scanner?
No.
Okay, so they're
There's-
government, and they're probably our
And
organization.
they're speeding. They
Yeah,
are
sent to clean up.
speeding quite. Yeah, they're going fast.
How many invitations to your book club did you send out, Agent Voltus?
It's my
Okay.
book club.
So, that
Good
all but
joke.
confirms that Agent Cecil is not to be trusted.
Right. We're on our
Okay.
own.
Yep.
All
He just
right.
really wants that debrief, you know?
Yeah.
More like decommission.
Well, it's not going to take them more than another 10 minutes to realize we aren't there. So
Okay. Well, we didn't leave anything behind that would give
I'm
them a
going
reason
to-
track us.
I'm not going to go in the straightest path to New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
I'll go up a little and take that thing and then go that
The
way on
scenic
that
route.
highway.
Yeah, it makes sense at this point. Yeah, you're doing evasive sort of maneuver, so you know it'll take a little bit longer, and that's just how it's going to be. Like this is probably you probably had to hurry to get here in the time that you don't even know. Like they must have been moving fast to get to this spot in Kansas from Boston. And
Or they just had agents in the neighborhood. You
I
know,
was talking more specifically about Dinley and Donley and Din
Ah.
to have made it out here. And it is about you're trucking along, you're moving, maybe there's some light chatter, I don't know, but the sun goes down and you hear this shout from inside the trunk. What the? Hello? Hello? It's Whitworth.
I'm going to pull over
Oh,
to the
all
side
right.
of the road.
Yeah. And
Do
you
you
can
want me
see
to?
the trunk pops open like it has that little interior
Yeah,
thing, and he stumbles out as soon as it's stopped.
right.
I mean, he kind of looks like death warmed over and has this panicked look in his eyes. I'm
I'll
out.
hop out.
Oh my God.
Michael, it's okay.
Oh my
It's
God.
okay.
And he runs up and gives you just a hug, like, Harry, oh my God. My God.
We're kind of on the lam. Uh this is Agent Donnelly, dented,
No, no,
dent,
I
gray.
know, no, I know two of you, and he's
This is
kind
Nancy
of
Barnes,
okay.
Agent the other one's daughter was supposed to be dead. Uh
Um, okay.
we are currently
Hmm.
still in Kansas, heading towards New York. Apparently you and some of the other team were involved in homicides in Boston. At least it's all over
Yeah,
the
you're
news.
yeah.
Who? Um, Elias?
Okay. What we experienced in the Dorchester house was real. We got up and we woke up in the middle of a barn in Kansas.
Okay.
We found out that we are wanted for the murders of 7 patients. So now we are working it out. We know that
Uh,
Agent Cecil, our DG contact, is not to be trusted because he sent a bunch of other people with guns to find us.
oh,
So
and
we are on our own.
you were seeing the thing like the color drain from his face. What did he give a name? Did he? I need a phone. And he's like patting himself down. You obviously you would have destroyed his cell phone too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are
Uh,
you
we
gonna
had to destroy
call?
the phones.
I need to call Ophelia, my girlfriend. She needs to. uh,
I
You
don't think that's a good idea.
From what I know, when I talk to Cecil, our loved ones are fine. They're not gonna do anything super rash because they don't know what we're gonna do. So we have that advantage.
have you not heard of s active static?
We saw something that referenced static on one of another agent's
Uh,
computers.
uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
Active static. It's a it's a containment protocol. Um, when sicknesses go out, they take. I really could use a fucking cell phone right now. And he's kind of pacing on the side of the road. It's scorched earth. It's an old protocol, but they keep it for I don't know, but when they call it, it's everybody's burned, and it's like it's scorched earth.
Okay,
I
so
need to
we're all
call it
burned.
Do
you
you
and everyone you
know
know.
Fucking hell.
What happened to
do you know
Geneva
what
and
happens to
Roger?
a
Geneva's dead. I don't know what happened to Roger. He got to the house too. I don't know where he went. Actually, Voltus, go ahead and roll a sanity test. Yeah, you just heard that not only are you missing a member, but one is dead.
Hey,
Yeah.
Whitwer, I don't have a cell phone, but here's a cigarette. Maybe you need one.
I mean, and he's just
I
inhaling it.
I passed, so I'm pretty much
Just
expecting
one.
something to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it hits, but he's just burning down that cigarette in big gulps. Like, fuck, fuck, fuck. No. It's they they look for people uh that have seen the thing. It's like I I helped out in fuck, when was it? 2007. They had that whole, you guys weren't, yeah, you guys didn't, I don't think you were involved in that, were you? No, it's
No.
not the first time. Okay, I'll
Tell
just
us
say
about it.
that.
So
They,
they saw something or got involved in something, and everyone that
they
saw it needed to be
yes, and
decommissioned.
right. I had to pass some lists up and down the chain.
No,
It's
no,
about all I
wait.
know.
This doesn't have to do with the film called Assignment for Travel, does it?
And he's looking at you. There is like a bit of recognition in the size of, uh, I think it was on some paperwork.
Oh my God, did he do so looking at his eyes, does he recognize Nancy?
Do a human.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he was the
Ah,
one with the shotgun.
may I do that as well? Because I saw the photo.
Uh,
So,
sure. Yeah.
I failed.
okay. All right, let's
I
see.
failed.
Can I roll human?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled
Yeah.
human. I passed.
Yeah, 14 is a pass for Nancy.
Oh, that makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah. Nancy and Gray, you're getting an impression that like he's glancing at Nancy quite a bit, and there is that like recognition. Now, you're not you it's not a fortune teller, right? You don't know if he where he was. He was saying he was involved.
Yeah, we also know that
That's
Nancy died in that year, right?
yes.
So we can put two and two together. I don't know if I can because I failed.
Yeah, and Gray literally saw some files with Nancy's picture. Well, some of that looked like Nancy's picture.
Yeah, I think you need another cigarette.
You
Looks
know,
like you need one.
I'm not so sure. I'm starting to think that we need to go see Mr. Wild.
What
Maybe.
how are you going to do that?
Well, I don't know. He always seems to, well, I guess
Show up.
that's
All right. Well, what's your plan, Whitver? You've been
My
burned. You're part of the
I need
static.
to call my girlfriend and let her know to go to ground is what I need to do because what else am I supposed to do?
Ophelia is a rather apropos name, I think, for the situation. I've
look.
been reading about a girl who drowned
Uh,
herself all day. Are you familiar with Hamlet?
you're definitely like nonplussing him at this point. Like he's doing that struggle. I don't.
Look, we can get to a payphone.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll have to do. I don't know. It's not that uncommon of a name. It's fine.
But we got another problem, Michael.
Okay.
There's no room for you in the car. You're gonna have to get back in the trunk.
I don't think he cares if he gets to payphone.
I don't care. Sure, I'll go back in the trunk.
All right, you don't have to
He
close it all the
lifts
way.
it up, crawls back
No,
in the
close it
trunk.
all the way. If it's open
Yeah,
a
he
bit,
closes
it's
it all the way.
It's
Let's go.
suspicious.
You hear from inside the
All right.
trunk.
Yeah, let's get to a
Great.
payphone.
It's
All
not
right.
every day you meet the man who killed you.
So I'll
Mhm.
find a little out of the way town.
Yeah.
Being careful of speed traps.
Yes, I am assuming at this point you are going the speed limit. You're going incognito as much as possible. So yeah, you can find a kind of shitty bar. Go ahead and roll luck for me.
Someone else do it.
60.
My luck's run out.
It's over 50. So it's by a kind of shitty bar, and you do see that there appears to be a security camera that could potentially pick you up Like you've parked at this point and you kind of see, shit, like it's up there.
I can make the phone call.
Well, Whitver needs to make the phone call, right?
If we get the number from him.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, he wants to talk to his girlfriend. Just throw a cloak over him.
Can't you disguise him, Gray?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
If he
you know
holds
what?
still.
That's fair. I think that's something you
Why-
maybe have to you might have to take a stop at the side of the road to do it because he's in the trunk at the moment. But
Yeah.
Just get in the trunk with him.
Just go
We
in the
were-
trunk and do it.
If we were British, we'd have umbrellas and we could just
Yeah.
hide under the umbrella.
well, the good news is that you do have a disguise expert here, so you can, give him a look. Maybe you cut his hair real quick or something. He looks different. Is anyone going with him to the phone, or you just let it in?
I'm going. I'm going to make
Okay.
a phone call.
All right, you take this, Donnelly. I'll stay in the car.
And he picks it up, or picks up the thing, starts calling, and he's tapping his foot, waiting. Yeah, Ophelia, I need you. No, listen, Ophelia. What is that? No, I hear it in the background. What do you have going on, Ophelia? Okay. I need you to go under. What do you mean the basement? Ophelia, no, don't hang up. And he looks at the phone. Fuck.
Here, give me the phone.
Uh, she hung up.
I don't know what to tell you.
And he just like pops the squat kind of on the thing, and he's holding his head.
How long
Donnelly.
was that?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
about as long as that talk was, but with probably a little bit more time for someone to talk back to him.
I was just wondering like how long it takes, to trace back and whatnot. She'll be keeping time on her pocket watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm calling
If you
Fred.
Timing
want
each
the
call.
awful
Fred
answer,
Carson.
it's instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
True.
don't want to stay around here, but
Yeah, they
okay.
won't.
Yeah, so Donnelly, you're calling the nursing home.
No, I'm calling.
Yes,
Yes,
or
yes, yeah.
Fred.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, he probably has a cell phone, right? It's 2015.
Yeah.
Why not? So, it's kind of late, perhaps after dinner, but you get this kind of groggy, like, yeah, hello.
You know who this is?
Shit.
Active static.
Where'd you hear that?
I'm telling you, it's coming from me. You know what to do.
Wait, no. What do you mean active static?
You're in danger, and everyone
Active
else.
static is done. We did that in the fucking 50s? No. No.
It's an old term it's still around.
No, we caught that. We stopped Bristol. It's no.
Wait a minute.
And
What?
he's
Wait a
getting
minute.
agitated.
All right, back up. You stop Bristol?
Yeah, Bristol. It was the cleanup. The clean. No. Where are you?
I can't tell you that.
And he kind of gets quiet. You think maybe he's gone to a corner of his thing. Look, I did things with people
Mhm.
in the 50s. There was an Operation Bristol. It was a cleanup. I don't know all the details, but they were a hit squad. Something happened. I don't know what. They lost their fucking mind. So we had to clean up the cleanup. And I don't it ended bad. All right. Is in gunfight in the middle of New York, chasing him, and I swear I put him down. I mean,
You
he
remember where exactly in New York?
fuck, I'd have to look. It was by a park of some kind. I'm sorry, I don't off the dome. I just that fucking gas mask. It was fucking weird.
We are we yeah, seen the gas mask. We've seen.
It's, are you real?
I should well, that has been a question that I've asked myself here a few times. But as far as I know, I'm real. This is coming back around.
And yeah, you're kind of hearing like slippers pad around a room on the other side. No, 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 no. Okay.
But you're all in trouble. We're all in danger.
Okay. Okay. Um, like, when does she visit? Um, okay, I
Call
will
her, get a hold of her,
I'll get a hold of Erica.
drop
I
Steve a note.
yeah, okay. Fuck. Uh, all right, I'm going. Stay in the wind. Don't stay tracked. Reach me at home if you need me.
All right.
Agent Donnelly, like you've kind of given him a heads
Yeah.
up, and he sounds like he's making plans. He's done this before. He's a bit on the old side, so
It's gonna be a little slow.
yeah, it's a little slow, but you rarely see him kicked into action quite like this. It's kind of like falling back into a rhythm. But yeah, that's that. Whitwer is hunched over in the dirt. He's straight up not having a good time. What is everybody else doing?
Well, it seems as though these people are quite concerned about those who are close to them, and they already killed me.
They didn't do a good job.
They did a terrible job. However, who knows where the fuck my dad is, but my parents still live at the same house. They could go after my mom.
I don't think we need to dwell on any of this on any of our loved ones, to be honest. The note said it best, like the only way out is through. We just gotta deal with it. Let it all wash over us.
Ah, just deal with it, huh? So you
Yeah,
got what,
just-
nobody? Or nobody that you give a shit about?
Oh, I give a shit about someone. It's just that I recognize that I can't do anything about it currently, directly, but I can do something about the mission.
Priorities.
What is the
Businessman.
mission?
The mission is to figure out what's going on. We need to get back to that hotel room. There was a hotel room that didn't belong. It wasn't perceived by anyone else besides our cell.
I we got to get to the boxer. I'm with Dan. We'll get back to the boxer.
Yeah, we really can't worry
Something's
about our loved ones right now. The faster we figure this shit out, the
Is
hopefully
Whitwer back with us?
he climbed into the trunk, or is he still on
No,
the floor?
he's still like hunched over. He's like
He's got the
Casey?
middle of
he
the
looks
back
like he's
seat
thinking.
down so that he can talk to us.
No, he's still by this bar. Like he's
Oh,
just
we're at
Oh.
the phone.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
like
sorry.
maybe you went back to the car, but he didn't follow. He's just kind of there rubbing his temples like
I want to go up
Oh.
there and talk to him.
Yeah, Nancy, if you got it, then I was gonna go grab him, but
I was about to go grab him since he's going to the bar. That's
Yeah,
not
well,
cool.
make it
we'll say
quick
Nancy.
because,
Yeah,
and then I point at the
Nancy.
camera.
Yeah.
we're all made. You guys get out and start wandering around. You're with us. If I was walking back and I saw him
Yeah.
still on the ground, I think we
Yeah.
just grab him, lift him up. We got to go. Get it out of your mind. You know, weird stuff's
No.
happening. We got to go.
But they got
She's
to her.
gone. You can't. We tried. She's gone. It's over. Let's go.
Yeah. And he's very clearly torn. Like, we gotta send somebody out. Like, if
Then
they just
who?
hold on,
We're compromised. We're ghost in the wind. We got to be gone. We've got no one with us here except for those people in that car. It's the only ones we can trust right now, and I don't even trust half of them.
Um, Mike, we could cut you loose. You're you're pretty good in surviving on your own. If you got to do something,
oh no, oh no. Oh
We gotta get to
boy,
the
that's
bottom.
an interesting question. You just gave him a. How's he gonna do that?
there's a
Oh,
motorcycle over there by the bar.
um,
Or you could drive with
no,
us.
no, no. You're right. Donley's right. Dent's right. I can't. This is how it happens.
You
You
signed up for
get
this. Let's
distracted.
go.
Yes. No, I can't. Let's go. Let's go. And hurry.
Come on, we have to go eastbound.
All right.
Don't worry, with any luck, they'll have fucked up with Ophelia like they did with me, huh?
He slowly shuts the trunk.
I don't want to hear it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll.
And
Right.
Let's go.
yeah, okay. You're rolling and it is nighttime driving. Is anybody sleeping? What are we doing? Like it's gonna take you the better
takes
part of a
21
day.
It takes
Yeah.
21 hours to drive from.
Yeah,
I'll
I
drive.
gotta sleep. I gotta
So-
recover.
Yeah, I'll
So you
drive.
guys sleep, I'll drive, and then somebody takes over.
Can someone tend to my wounds and while I sleep and
I've
rest?
yeah.
Nurse
Let me try
Donley's
it
on the
again.
case.
Nice.
I have forensics, not first aid. So if
Baking
you're
soda.
dead, she might be helpful.
True.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
say you can
7.
attempt. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Get
okay,
another
cool.
hit point back. Yeah. It's
Vaccine everything and put some
yeah,
bandages.
that's the problem at this point. You're doing a lot of like scar mitigation as well. Like that's he's not gonna look pretty no matter what, but there's degrees that you can do for that. And I want to specifically as people start to fall asleep and whatnot, focus in on Agent Dent. Because Dent, you fall asleep, backseat, wherever, yeah, it's
Yeah.
quiet, conversations gone. You lull your head down, and when you lift it again, you are in this large French chateau, and there is a large painting in front of you, the same one that we talked about last time with the sheep in the field, the shepherd with the broken staff, the city behind it, and this whole room is lit up like it's kind of the middle of the day, and you can see on every wall there's a door. There's more doors than there needs to be. Like this whole place is kind of like a an oddity very clearly to you. And you hear this man in French address you. Do you speak French?
I did do something with Fornius who understood all languages. Could that help out?
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Because you start thinking it's like, maybe I shoulda, and you think about Fornius, and it's almost like you get a little vision of this woman in a like that kind of big baggy uh winter wear that that touched you and ran off and got the bloody nose. Is you can see her, she's just shopping. She's just, picking out some vegetables, putting them in a basket, and it's gone. And the Frenchman in front of you goes, "Ah, Fornius, yes, yes. Good day. How are you? I am,
Better.
of course, I am Augustus Castaigne. It's a pleasure.
Are you the writer?
Uh, yes, I'd like to think so.
Where are you?
The Chateau de Port. He's looking at you, and again, this is like an old man with a beard, like a long white beard. He's very wrinkled. He does look somewhat similar to the Castaigne that you saw before.
So if you're the writer, can't you just write a good ending?
Well, no, it's not that kind of book.
Then what is
It
it?
is.
I want to understand.
But you already do. I can see it in your eyes. Uh, think of think of one of the 72 for me. Just humor me.
Okay. Let's do bail.
And you again get this vision of Timothy Bale. He is at the Dorchester house, and you see him among his stacks of waterlogged books, making a phone call. And you know exactly where he is right now. You have like a kind of like Aquaman ping of exactly where he
Marbis.
is. Tricky, tricky. Uh, and that one's difficult. It seems to shift on you. You can't place it, but you don't think he's on Earth. You think he's gone home.
Oh boy.
I see though. You have it in your eyes. You know them. You've been touched by the king.
I've been studying person. I'm gonna
Oh,
focus on
person.
person.
And you see outside the McAllister building, the charred remains of it, there is the man with the combat fatigues and a large white snake draped off of his shoulders. And he's basically looking right at you in this vision. It's like he can see you back. And go ahead and roll a sanity.
Okay. 30 under 38.
Okay. This feels strangely natural in
Oh
this dream,
God.
maybe. I
All
told
right.
you. Yes.
So I'm closer than I know.
Yes.
Is there any guidance you can give to me,
Mm.
Mr. Author?
Um, think of it, how would you say this? It is a loop, right? That's how I see it. I write the book and the man, Marvis brings me the book so I can read, right? So I read and I write, and I am in the book. But if I could follow someone that's been on this path before, ah, I would follow where they're going. It is the same for you, right?
Have we been here before?
Oh, Mr. Ellsworth, I think you've always been here.
I'd like to wake up now.
Ah, right through there, please. And he directs you to a door that is open. And as you walk to it, you can see out across this large field, and there are very clearly I think you have some military history to things.
Yeah.
You can see, and I'm going to double check, but I believe it was World War One. You see, or sorry, World War Two, of course. It appears to be the Germans fighting the French, and there is a heated gunfight battle outside this, and you can see like explosions happening nearby this chateau behind you, and then you wake up.
Oh, still on this shithole.
And yeah, I think we can zoom out on there as you're sitting in the back of the car. And I will say at this point, you are pretty sure where you could find any of the demons.
Oh
Except for one,
God.
maybe.
That's horrifying.
It's like you're a map or something.
I'm a map made of skin.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It's like
your
that.
skin is not a very good map, but maybe.
Is that where you want to end
Oh
it?
yeah, we'll cut it there. Yeah.
Okay. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Alex Sun, Nell Hipple, Thomas Grooms, and myself with Nathan Decker as the handler. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to join them, please visit our Patreon page listed in the description, or you can use Super Thanks by hitting the button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure to the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.